All right, well, welcome once again to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Just earlier today, I was at a really cool old cemetery near Lancaster City in Lancaster County. Now I'm kind of in the east side of the county on what's called Welsh Mountain. And we're in a county park called Money Rocks County Park. And I'll talk a little bit later why it's called Money Rocks. There's rocks up here and deal with money as well. I was here about 4 years ago. Whoa, back in the dark ages of my filming. I don't recommend watching that video. It probably wasn't that good. But anyway, there's like an overlook trail here, and there's some rocks up here. The same rocks that are named after the park here, but they have a lot of names and dates carved on them. And I want to check that out again, because last time I was here I didn't spend too much time looking at those, I think. So that's one thing I want to check out here again since I'm here. I'm also going to do some hiking over in what's called the Welsh Mountain Nature Preserve, but that'll be in a different video. There's some neat history about this area. Alright, well, I'm going to keep walking up the trail here. This is near the town of Narvon here in Lancaster County. I guess that's how you say it. Alright, beautiful day. Might be close to 6 degrees today, so trying to make the most of this. Here, this is what, February 24th. Unusual weather for this time of year, but we'll take it. Alright, I'll get back to you once we get closer to our destination. And just not too far up is a trail junction. Of course, we're going to take the overlook trail, which is just right up there. I can barely make out the rocks. And the Coxcomb Trail. I hiked that trail 4 years ago when I was here. Anyway, not doing that today. There are other trails in this park as well. Some of them hook up with the Welsh Mountain Preserve as well. And just up here are the rocks. You can see the start of them, but they get a lot bigger further up. And there's an old quarry down below them as well. Of course, there's a new modern quarry down there. You can see, kind of see that open area down there. Might hear some noise coming from down there. Yeah, I can start to see. Well, these are just minor rocks over here, but the big ones, tall ones, are way up there. Cool place. Like I said, I'll talk. Once we get up there, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this and why it's called Money Rocks. And unfortunately, as we always do with some of these sites, we will find the graffiti. I even see quite a bit up at the rocks up there, which is going to be a shame because it's probably covering some of the old dates and names and inscriptions and stuff, which is unfortunate. You can see some old, not sure if these are what these are. Not sure if those are natural holes or not, but like I said, they did some quarrying around here as well. Alright, there are some other people up there too, so I'll let them do their thing. They're climbing around the rocks up there. And the trail kind of curves up. Someone put a guardrail here some time ago. Up there are our rocks. Of course, down here is part of the quarry, the old one I mentioned. And it does wrap around. We'll check that out later. Like I said, down there is the new quarry. But I do remember coming across a reference about there being a cave in this park somewhere too. So I'm not sure if it's associated with this quarry here. Like I said, I was here before and I don't remember ever seeing anything. But I didn't know about there being a cave. Of course, it could be down that way too, where the new quarry is. I'm not going down there. So I don't know. Something to keep my eyes open for. Cave. I always like my caves. All right. We'll head on up to the rocks. See what all those inscriptions say. Hopefully they're not destroyed by the graffiti. If they are, I'll be not so happy, and I'll vent in my video here. All right. So unfortunately there is like a lot of graffiti, but here's a newer date. Make that out 2000, 2001. So there are still people putting their names and their initials and dates on these rocks. But I know somewhere up here there's some older ones. Still quite a few more rocks up here. I mean, look at all that. Anyway, that's gonna mess up some of our, yeah, because I can see some names and dates on there, but they're painted up. That's a shame. But anyway, there's a nice view up here. Minus the quarry. Yeah, there's a bunch of dates on here, but unfortunately, yeah. All right, let's walk over together. You gotta be careful here on the rocks, because if you slip, you got a long drop down to the quarry below. So we'll try to be careful here. But yeah, this makes me angry here. Look at all this. There are some old dates on here though. I believe we have that looks like an 1870 right there. I saw another older one up here. Is that, look at that one, 18, does that say 1868? So there's some old stuff here, but it's covered in this stupid graffiti. Here's another 1872. It's got all these names up here. Nolt, there's a lot of Nolts around here. Yeah. See names carved everywhere. Try to find some more dates. I think that 18, wherever it was, I saw an 1868 somewhere. That was the oldest date I remember seeing. Oh yeah, here it is, 1868. All right, I'll try to see what else is on this rock. Man, it's a shame. This is just, yeah, that bothers me. All right. And there are some newer dates here as well. Well, fairly newer. Here's a 1960, 1970. So people have been coming up here for a long time, but still looking for some older ones. There's some even down here, and there's some on the other side of this rock as well. Yeah, and the other side doesn't look any better. Even worse as far as graffiti goes. But I don't remember if there's more names carved up there yet. I'll check those rocks up there too. In a little bit. There's some other people enjoying the rocks here. There's a mom and son walking along, and some other people. I got a cool story to say about the mom and son, but all right, we'll check those out later. But I'm gonna look at these a little bit more. I'm hoping to find a name and date that's not covered in graffiti, so I can get some cool pictures. Maybe like a cool thumbnail picture for this video, but we'll see. That might not be possible. But while I'm up here, let me tell you about the history of this place. Like I said, this is called Money Rocks County Park. And I guess some of the stories go that farmers used to hide their money up here. One story says it was because of the Civil War. You know, back in 1863, you had the invasion of Gettysburg. I've made videos about that, but you know, the Confederate troops, some of them made it all the way to the Susquehanna River, you know, right on the edge of Lancaster County, and it was the saying was that some of the farmers from over there hid their money in these rocks to protect it, and when they later came back to find it, it wasn't there anymore. I've heard the other versions of the story too, that just local farmers would hide their money up here. That's why it's called Money Rocks. There's no money here now, but actually cool that that mom, I guess it's his mom, it's a little boy. She said that he found money here last time they were here, so they're coming back looking for more money. What she's doing is he's walking in front of her, and if she puts like a quarter down in the rocks somewhere, she's like, oh, she calls him back and says, hey, what's down there? And she's like, and he finds a quarter, and he's all excited. He's a young fella, so he thinks that every time he comes here, he's gonna find money, and he does, because she's putting the money there. It's kind of cool. It was kind of cute. He got all excited. Anyway, all right. I didn't find any money though. All right. Alright, well I'm gonna move on from that rock. I did take a few pictures, tried to get some pictures that didn't have a graffiti on it, but that's a little difficult. Hopefully there's some more names up here in these rocks, but man, all I can say is this graffiti, I hate it. I mean, if you want to graffiti the rocks, graffiti the rock that doesn't have all the historic dates on it and stuff. The young folk, man, show some respect. Alright. I guess it's modern. I guess even those carvings are, in a way, graffiti themselves from the olden days. So it's kind of new graffiti over old graffiti. But the old graffiti becomes historic. Who knows, maybe one day all this spray paint will become historic. I doubt it, but anyway. Alrighty, let's keep on going up the rocks. See if we can find some more cool dates and names. Like I said, I don't remember there being any up here, but anyway. Alright, this adventure isn't over. We're going to explore a quarry too, like I said. It's pretty cool down there. Alright, so I obviously walked up here already. And I did see some, I believe I saw some more names up here. On that big rock up there. Of course, it's got a little bit of graffiti on it too. Oh, I do see a 1938 up there. Yeah, up there's our 1938. Not as old as some of them, but still pretty old. That's pre-World War II there. JWS. Junior. Save the turtles. Well, I like turtles, but how about we save the history too? You know, it's not enough just to paint the rocks and stuff, but the idiots have to paint the trees even. Alright. Gonna look for some more names. Be cool to find some that have not been covered over in modern paint, but we'll see. There's some names along here. Just more graffiti. I don't see any carvings per se on this rock face. Yeah, up there is where we just were. Down here's the main quarry. That mom and her son are down there. Looks like they have a little trail going down here. We'll be down there in a bit. Alright, well we're down below now. I just took a little bit of a break down here. Had a snack. With the rocks we were looking at were up top there, so we're going down into the quarry here now. We'll check this out. It's actually pretty big, pretty tall. And there is graffiti down here too as well. Just a warning, I think from what I remembered, some of it is pretty foul, you know, as far as graffiti goes. Nothing I can do about that. But just be prepared if it's still here. Alright. Pretty cool through here. Wow, the temperature drops down here. Alright, this little smaller area brings you into the large quarry here. And that is tall. I'll try to get you some perspective of that later. Now keep my eyes open for that cave too. But wow, this is This is huge. It's larger than I remember. But you know what? There's a little interesting spot up there. Wow. A lot of cold air down here too. Alright, so I do see a little feature up here that looks cave-ish. Let's walk up here together. Might be nothing. Or what? Oh, well, I wouldn't call it a cave per se, but it is definitely, I mean, it's cave-ish. It's definitely a cool little place to hang out. Of course, this could be what we're referring to about what I read online. Still pretty cool. Alright, what I'm going to try to do next is set my camera down over here somewhere and then walk up to the wall of the quarry so you can see just how tall it is. Try to give that perspective. So I'll try to see if I can make that work. It's a pretty awesome spot. And it's interesting to think that some of those names that we saw engraved on the rock up there could probably be from the men who worked here back in the day, quarrying out this rock. I'm not sure what kind of rock this is. I'll show it to you in a bit. There's like a real soft, well, not soft, but crumbly. It's almost like chalk or talc. There's a good example up here. I'm not sure, I should know what it's called, but anyway. Yeah, there's a good example of it right up here. It's freshly broken open. It's this stuff here. It's white stuff. Yeah, here's a nice little piece right here. It's all kind of, it's not hard rock. Nice white color, leaves a bit of a residue. So that's why it was easy to carve their names into it up top there. Yeah, here you can see it's all kind of just crumbly. Alright. Alright, well, I'm headed out of here. I spent a little bit more time than I planned to here. But that's okay. Cool little spot. You know, like I said earlier, in a way, you know, there's engravings in the rock or graffiti from time ago, but that kind of graffiti is now historic. Yeah, it's a lot worse. When I was here 4 years ago, that one rock face with all the older dates was not painted over like that, as far as I remember, so it's just kind of stupid. You know, if you want to paint the rocks, you know, find rocks that don't have historic engravings on them. Alright, I'll try to let that go. But anyway, cool place to visit. Just be careful, I guess, if you do go up there. If you do slip some of those places, you're going to have a bit of a fall. Well, a little bit more than a bit, so just be careful. Alright, I am hoping to do some hiking and exploring over at Welsh Mountain Nature Preserve here a little bit. Run out of time, but I think I can get some more hiking in this beautiful day. Alright, I'm yapping too much, so thanks for watching. I'll see you around, and don't spray paint historical stuff. Okay, alright. I'll see you around.